Okay, what's up? How's it going? I know it's been a while since I put an upload. I've just been super busy, so busy so that I'm actually recording a video in my car to go pick up some food, some COVID relief lunches. So today's topic, budget. What is a budget? Well, I'll tell you what a budget is. It's a plan on how much money you can spend or save or whatever it is that you have. It's a total list of all of your income and all of your costs, expenses, right? There's all kinds of different types of costs and expenses you have, right? There are your fixed costs, which are going to be the same amount every month, right? So let's say, for example, your rent or your mortgage. Now, unless it goes up, like the rent, sometimes it'll go up like 1 or 2% a year or something, depending on where you live. And so like the landlord might raise it at the new year. But aside from that, right, it's going to be the same amount every month. So that's a fixed cost, right? So your rent or your mortgage, that's a fixed cost. If you have an auto loan, right, that's a fixed cost. Now a variable cost, which are the other types of costs, would be something like your electric bill, right? It's not necessarily going to be $60 a month because some months you're going to be using more electricity than others, depending on what you're doing at home, how much electricity you're actually using. So you have your fixed costs, your variable costs, right? And your total budget is going to be based upon your total income minus all of your fixed costs and all of your variable costs. Now, I like to break it apart into 3 categories, not just your fixed costs and your variable costs, but also your debts, right? Not everybody's in debt, but let's face it, debt is a part of life. Now your mortgage, because that is a fixed cost, I'm not going to count that. But other debts, like you have a credit card payment. Now those credit card payments could be either a fixed cost or a variable cost, depending on how you pay your credit card. So I like to put debts in its own bucket. Now I do have a debt calculator and a budget worksheet that you're more than welcome to download and use. It's an Excel sheet. And if you have questions, by all means, ask me questions. I actually created a Facebook group called The Finance Mindset, in which case I'm gonna, if you want to join it, I'll put a link in the description. But anyways, budgeting is very important if you want to get a hold of your finances. If you don't know how to budget, by all means, ask me. I'll help you create a plan. The most important thing is that we take the time to understand how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, and where can we cut costs so that we can have more money in our pocket at the end of the month, more money to do what we want with, because there's that 10, 15, 25 rule that I was talking about, right? 10% of your income should be going to savings, 15% of your income should be being put towards retirement investments, like EFTs in the stock market, high dividend yielding stocks or something like that. But if you're in massive debt, forget investing, forget saving, right? Get rid of that debt. Now, I will say you need to have some kind of savings for a rainy day. They call it a rainy day fund because guess what? It's going to rain. And what does that mean? Well, like when it rains, there's typically more car accidents, more things happen, more accidents. So the whole rainy day fund idea is, for emergencies. So if you don't have emergency funds available, then make sure that you get something available. There's this guy, Dave Ramsey. He says, start with $1,000. First get $1,000, and then slowly start working on that 10% savings to grow that to be anywhere between 3, 6, or 12 months of your living expenses. I mean, we all know with COVID recently, like I was out of work for a year. So that means if I didn't have a year's worth of savings, then I was up shit creek without a paddle. Pardon my French, Is that French? I don't know. It's just a word. It means poo-poo. Anyways, I digress. Luckily, because of the fact that I'm financially sound, I had a lot of savings that I could use to, pay my way until I was able to find a job. And so, it's very important, anyways, budget. Make sure that you have a plan. Know your money. You need to know. If you don't know, well, now you know. And because you don't know what you don't know, and now you know, so take action. That's the most important thing. Click the link in the description for the budget workbook, and sign up for my newsletter or whatever it's called. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this whole thing out right now. Anyways, get that finance mindset. Later.